Imagine this. The greatest victories in life are not loud, they are silent. They don't come announced by fanfare, but are forged quietly in the hours no one else is watching. They're built in moments when you rise before the sun, when you choose effort over excuses, clarity over chaos. This is where empires are made, not in the crowd, but in solitude. Let me tell you a truth that reshapes lives. Legacies are not accidents. They are built, sculpted, piece by piece, through relentless consistency. Think about the architects of flight. Not the Wright brothers, but the minds like Leonardo da Vinci, who sketched flying machines centuries before planes took to the sky. He wasn't waiting for the world to catch up. He was preparing himself to lead it. That's the key. Discipline isn't some fleeting spark of inspiration. It's the blueprint you choose to follow even when you don't feel like it. It's your internal code, your personal creed, the system that anchors you when distractions pull from every direction. Because success, it's not about how intensely you start. It's about how persistently you continue. The race isn't won by the sprinter who burns bright and burns out. It's the steady runner, the one who refuses to quit, who crosses the finish line. Every time your alarm rings and you resist the temptation to snooze, every time you prioritize your mission over momentary pleasure, you lay another stone in the foundation of your future. And with every stone, your resilience strengthens, your clarity sharpens. You see, the world doesn't need another flash of brilliance that fades. The world needs your consistency. It's easy to give your best on days when you're motivated, but what about when fatigue whispers, when the path feels endless? That's when your true character is defined. When distractions roar and temptations beckon, return to your mission. Why did you start? What are you building? Hold that image in your mind like a compass pointing north. Don't just aim to survive the chaos. Build yourself so solid, so grounded, that no storm can shake you. Picture a mountain climber like Reinhold Messner, the first to conquer Everest without supplemental oxygen. He didn't ascend because the conditions were perfect. He prepared so thoroughly that no obstacle could deny him. That's the mindset you need. Prepare so well that when opportunity arrives, you're already ready. Every day, you have a choice. Will you distribute your energy across meaningless distractions, trying to be everything to everyone? Or will you channel that energy inward, cultivating the version of yourself capable of influencing everything? Let your training, whether mental or physical, be about more than just growth. Let it be a practice of discipline. Each page you read expands your mind. Each workout builds more than muscle. It builds willpower. Every no to what drains you is a yes to what strengthens you. This is not selfish. This is strategy. Greatness demands focus before elevation. You cannot climb higher if you're tied down by every expectation, every opinion, every fleeting trend. Detachment isn't isolation, it's mastery. Your life is a field. You can scatter your time like seeds on rocky ground, or you can plant with intention, watering the soil of your mind with purpose. The harvest you'll reap depends on the attention you invest today. And when you stop trying to control every circumstance, when you shift from fixing the world to fortifying yourself, you become unstoppable. Focus is not about restriction. It's about liberation. When your focus is clear, your path multiplies. Opportunities don't just appear. They align with the power you've built within. Most people spend life facing outward, caught in the chase, for praise, for attention, for validation. But real transformation? It begins the moment you turn your gaze inward. Remember, you cannot quiet the winds, but you can become the captain of a ship resilient enough to sail through any storm. That ship is your mindset, built with focus, reinforced with discipline, and steered by unshakable clarity. Your journey to greatness is not in waiting for the weather to change. It's in becoming the storm that shapes the sky. Let's rewind. back to the starting point where most people stall. They wait, waiting for the timing to feel just right, for their confidence to kick in, for someone to finally hand them a green light. But here's a secret that the legends already know. The green light is within you. You don't wait for it. You create it. Think of pioneers like Rosalind Franklin. While others debated possibilities, she worked, pushing the boundaries of science with her X-ray crystallography, capturing the first images of DNA. She didn't wait for permission or applause. She pursued understanding, and in that pursuit, redefined human knowledge. This is your reminder. Motion beats hesitation. Progress beats pondering. The champions of the world didn't begin with certainty. They built it step by step. The bridge between dreams and reality is paved with consistent, focused action. But here's the trap. Comfort. Comfort whispers that it's okay to skip today, to rest, just this once. But the truth is, convenience is a thief. It steals time, potential, and discipline, often quietly, without resistance. The cost of today's comfort is tomorrow's regret. Discipline, however, is the antidote. It's not glamorous. It's not always exciting. But it is transformative. And it starts in the small things, setting the alarm, following through on commitments, standing by your promises to yourself. You have to lead yourself like a visionary commands a mission. No negotiating with procrastination. No dialogue with doubt. Just decisions, clear, deliberate, forward-moving. Take inspiration from Empress Wu Zetian, the only female emperor in China's history. She didn't ascend to power through ease. She maneuvered through a patriarchal society with intellect, strategy, and ruthless focus. Every step was calculated, every decision purposeful. And because of that, she rose where others remained ordinary. You are the architect of your life. Stop asking for directions from people who've never built anything. Your blueprint is yours to draw, but blueprints alone don't build. Action does. So start. Start before you're ready. Start when the conditions are messy. Start even when your inner critic says you're not enough. Because the act of moving forward silences the voices of doubt. Every step forward, no matter how small, compounds. Momentum grows, confidence builds, and your path becomes clearer. This is how you create mastery, not by wishing for inspiration, but by showing up and moving, especially when it's inconvenient. The mind doesn't wait to be motivated. It's trained into motion through habit. Think about Maya Angelou. Her words didn't emerge from ease. They came from a disciplined mind, a relentless spirit, a refusal to remain voiceless in a world that tried to silence her. She wrote, spoke, and lived with purpose. And that purpose, fueled by consistent action, transformed literature, culture, and consciousness. You're no different. The potential within you doesn't need external validation. It needs your commitment. Commit to your rituals, to your growth, to your next step. Because when you align your daily actions with your larger vision, the gap between who you are and who you could become begins to close. Stop treating discipline like punishment. It's your passport to the life you're destined to lead. Every decision, every effort is a declaration. I am becoming. I am building. I am moving. And soon, the world won't ask how you did it. They'll wonder how they didn't see it coming. Now, let's flip the perspective. You see, there's a reason why the most magnetic individuals you admire don't chase approval. They exude it from within. Their power isn't borrowed from the applause of others. It's rooted in the clarity of their own identity. When you truly know who you are, the world's opinions lose their grip. Criticism? It's just an echo. Praise? It's appreciated but unnecessary. Because the validation you seek is no longer external. It comes from alignment with your own standards. Think of Jane Goodall. She stepped into the wild, quite literally, and changed how the world views our connection to nature. She didn't wait for society's permission to explore the unknown. She followed her calling, even when skeptics doubted her methods. Her certainty wasn't derived from consensus, it was born from conviction. And that's the shift you must make. Stop auditioning for acceptance in rooms that don't recognize your value. You weren't made to blend in. You were made to stand out by standing firm in your truth. When your identity is defined by your own values, not trends, not applause, not fleeting opinions, your energy changes. You enter every space, carrying not just presence, but purpose. People feel it before you speak. They recognize a mind that doesn't waver. This is the essence of inner power. You become the source, not the seeker. You stop reflecting the noise around you and start radiating the certainty within you. And here's the beautiful part. When you stop chasing validation, it starts chasing you. Opportunities align, respect follows, and influence grows. Not because you begged for it, but because you embodied it. Take inspiration from Gustav Klimt. While the art world tried to define beauty by rigid standards, he painted gold. Literally. His style was his own, his expression unapologetic. Critics couldn't box him in, and admirers couldn't ignore him. He didn't dilute his vision to fit the mold. He expanded the mold to fit his vision. That's your task. Don't diminish yourself to fit the narratives of others. Expand your narrative until it can't be ignored. And let's be clear, this isn't about arrogance. It's about authenticity. When you operate from a place of self-validation, you're not dismissing feedback. You're filtering it. You're discerning what serves your growth versus what seeks to diminish it. Speak to yourself daily. Affirm your worth not by what you've achieved, but by who you're becoming. Remind yourself that your value is not up for negotiation, because when you carry this energy, you no longer seek rooms to prove yourself. You build rooms. You create spaces where your vision thrives, where your presence commands attention not through volume, but through vibrancy. And this is where your influence truly begins, not by echoing the world, but by being the voice that changes its frequency. Let's shift to the core of transformation, the hidden space where true strength is forged: solitude. In a world that celebrates constant noise, endless scrolling, and perpetual connection, the rarest power is the ability to sit in silence with yourself. But solitude isn't emptiness. It's where clarity is born. It's the workshop of the mind, the sanctuary where your ideas are sharpened, your purpose is refined, and your doubts are faced head-on. Think about Albert Einstein. Not the icon of genius we know, but the young man who spent hours lost in thought, alone with his imagination. His breakthroughs weren't born in crowded rooms. They emerged in solitude, in the quiet exploration of thought experiments no one else could see. This is where your mind becomes a fortress. It's not built when you're surrounded by distractions. It's built when you dare to disconnect, to turn down the noise and tune into yourself. Ask yourself, when was the last time you sat in stillness and listened? Not to the opinions of others, not to the demands of the day, but to the voice within, the one that's been drowned out by busyness. That voice carries your truest answers. We've been conditioned to equate activity with progress. But movement without direction is just noise. Real progress begins when you pause, reflect, and reset your internal compass. This is why stillness isn't a pause in life. It's a power move. It's the reset button that brings your focus back to what truly matters. When you embrace quiet, you confront yourself. Your fears, your insecurities, your unfinished dreams, they all rise to the surface. But that's the gift, because what surfaces can be addressed, and what's addressed can be transformed. Look at Vincent van Gogh, a soul tormented by turmoil, yet in his solitude, he painted masterpieces that still speak to us today. He wasn't driven by applause, he was driven by expression, by the relentless need to translate his inner world onto canvas. You don't have to be an artist to do the same. Your mind is your canvas. Stillness is your brush. Reflection is your paint. And every quiet moment you invest in self-awareness adds definition to your vision. Schedule silence like you would schedule a meeting. Protect it. Honor it. Because in that sacred space, you're not just thinking, you're building. You're constructing the mental framework that will support every goal, every mission, every leap you're about to take. Solitude is where confidence grows, not from the validation of others, but from the understanding of self. When you know who you are in the quiet, no amount of noise can shake you in the storm. So cultivate this habit. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, a walk without your phone. Create space for your mind to breathe. Let clarity replace confusion. Let direction replace distraction. Because the world doesn't need more noise. It needs your clarity. It needs your vision. Born not in the crowd, but in the quiet courage of solitude. Here's a principle that few embrace, but all must confront. Your environment either elevates you or erodes you. The spaces you inhabit, physically, mentally, emotionally, they sculpt your focus, your discipline, your potential. If your surroundings are cluttered, chaotic, undefined, your mind reflects the same. But when you curate your space with intention, when every object, every sound, every corner serves your growth, you transform not just where you are, but who you are becoming. Consider Marie Curie. In a tiny, poorly equipped lab, she conducted groundbreaking research that revolutionized science. It wasn't about luxury, it was about order, about maximizing every inch of space to focus on discovery. Her surroundings, humble as they were, became a crucible for genius because she shaped them with purpose. Your space should be the same. Your home, your workspace, your schedule, they are all tools. Don't let them be traps. Design them to remind you daily of your mission. When your environment reflects discipline, it becomes impossible to live undisciplined. This extends beyond physical space. Your digital world, your conversations, your social circles, they are either watering your potential or withering it. Audit them ruthlessly. Keep what aligns. Remove what distracts. Order is not restriction. It's freedom. When your life is structured, your mind is liberated from decision fatigue. You don't waste energy figuring out where things are, what to prioritize, or who deserves your time. You operate from clarity, and clarity, that's your ultimate advantage. Think about Serena Williams. Her routine, her training space, her team, all meticulously chosen, all structured for excellence. Her life is a symphony of systems designed to sustain her greatness. That didn't happen by accident. It was crafted. You must craft your life the same way. Define your rituals, your morning routine, your reading time, your reflection space. Make these non-negotiable, because rituals are the scaffolding of transformation. They turn intentions into identity. And here's the truth. Discipline is contagious. The more order you bring into one area of your life, the more it spills into others. A clean workspace leads to sharper decisions. A structured schedule leads to deeper focus. A curated circle leads to elevated thinking. So build your fortress. Let your space reflect your standards. Every time you enter it, let it remind you of the future you're building. This isn't about aesthetics. It's about alignment. When your environment aligns with your purpose, progress becomes inevitable. You are the architect of your world. Don't live in default mode. Design your life deliberately, and you'll find that the mind, the body, and the spirit will follow. Let's bring it all together. The mindset, the habits, the focus. Everything starts and ends with one simple truth. You are the source. Not your circumstances, not your connections, not the conditions around you. You. The future you envision is waiting on one thing, your decision to build it. Not someday, not when things feel easier. Now, this moment is the foundation of everything that follows. When you operate with that awareness, you stop waiting for life to happen to you. You start happening to life. Your energy shifts from passive to powerful, from hesitant to intentional. Think of Elon Musk. Love him or loathe him. He didn't wait for the right industry, the perfect market, or unanimous support. He acted on vision. He built companies in fields where others saw barriers. He saw entry points. His success wasn't guaranteed. It was manufactured through relentless action, unwavering focus, and a refusal to stop. You have that same capacity, but it's not unlocked by waiting. It's unlocked by moving. Every small step you take trains your mind to pursue rather than procrastinate. Each choice, no matter how small, is a vote for your future self. Progress is not a lottery. It's an outcome of compounded effort. Think about the bamboo tree. For years, it seems nothing is happening. But beneath the soil, a root system is expanding. And then, almost overnight, it shoots up feet into the air. That's how your growth works. Invisible until it's undeniable. Don't let impatience uproot your progress. Every disciplined action you take is nurturing those roots. Every focused day you commit to is preparing you for your moment of breakthrough. And here's the ultimate power play: detach from outcomes. You can't control the timing of your results, but you can control the intensity of your effort. When you focus on the process, the outcomes will align, not because you chased them, but because you became someone they cannot overlook. Adopt the mindset of Kobe Bryant. His obsession wasn't with winning games, it was with perfecting his craft. The wins were a byproduct. He practiced when others partied. He refined when others relaxed. And that discipline made him unstoppable. You can cultivate that same intensity. Build your rituals. Protect your energy. Speak life into your vision daily. Replace doubt with discipline, distraction with direction. Because in the end, no one is coming to hand you your destiny. You must forge it, step by step, habit by habit, decision by decision. When you do, something remarkable happens. You no longer chase success. You attract it, because success isn't a place you arrive at. It's a standard you live by. So decide today, who are you becoming? Then prove it, with every choice, every word, every step. The world is waiting, but your future? It's waiting on you.